Hey guys, so Bombhard here. So for today's video I'm doing another coil spring knife. This is just a little utility hunting knife, pretty simple design, but it's got a certain beauty and elegance to it that I really like. So as always, I've got my charcoal forge, just a simple anvil, a few tools. So if you're just getting into knife making and you've got a coil spring to spare, something like this is definitely a feasible option for you if you want to try making a knife like this. So with a lot of the other YouTube smiths out there and some of the blacksmithing books that are out there, it can be kind of intimidating trying to get into it. I know it was for me. So if you're thinking, well, I can't do this because I don't have all these different tools and material and stuff like that, this is kind of just goes to show that you can make a nice looking knife with just kind of like the bare bones essentials. It's a simple design, Scandi grind, walnut handle, narrow tang, and this is something that I think is very representative of what would be a Viking's EDC knife. So that's why I call this the Viking's Companion coil spring knife. But without further ado, let's get the forge going. It's Viking time. Okay, so I got about a 4-inch piece of coil spring that I cut off here. Let's see what we get. Okay, so when I quenched this knife, it warped pretty severely. Hope you guys can see that curve right there. So I gotta heat this up again, straighten it out, and re-quench it. And this might be because, you know, this is the memory of the coil spring. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So let's get this fixed up. Okay, so here's the knife after the quench. I have yet to clean up the blade and all that, but I'm going to get working on the handle today. And what I have here is a piece of walnut. A friend of mine gave me this. It was a leftover from a furniture building project, I believe you said it was. And so what I'm going to do right now is drill out the end for the tang here. I'm going to try just drilling, no burning the tang in, because that really has been working all that well for me. Okay, so I've got the handle drawn out, and then I'm going to cut this down right about here just to give me a little bit extra room and then a place to clamp it down while I'm working it. Okay, I decided to put a rivet pin through my handle here into the knife tang, this just to give it a little bit extra strength rather than just being held in with the glue. So I'm going to drill a hole through the handle first, and then I'll put the knife in, line the hole up with the tang, and then drill that out. Okay, that went well, no splitting or anything like that. So get the knife in there and make sure that it's lined up right. Okay, so I got a small little mark on the tang there, and that tells me where to drill. Okay, it's time to glue the blade into the handle here. So, okay, so I'm gonna measure the pin length for this thing. Okay, and to protect the handle here, I'm gonna just wrap it up. I'm gonna try and get as much JB Weld in there as I can. And I'm gonna give that a minute to just sort of let gravity pull it down. And then I'll also get some on the tang and in the pinhole there. There we go. Now I'll get that pin through here. We'll make sure it goes through the knife. There we go, I think I got it. Just make sure everything is aligned properly, and I'll let it sit, let it dry. Okay, so I got the blade glued into the handle there. It's looking pretty good. So just a final touch, I'm going to put some linseed oil onto the handle, because right now it's just staying on there. And I'm going to put the linseed oil just for that final oil finish. And just let that dry. Should only take a couple of days. So here's a closer look at the finished knife. Really happy with the way this one turned out. The linseed oil took a nice finish on the walnut. Doesn't have much of a pronounced grain, but I think the brass pin really helps accent it. It looks real nice. I left the fire scale on the blade there, so it's just a simple, rugged, you know, hand forged looking knife. Just goes to show you don't need a lot of tools, and this is, you know, if I had all the tools in the world, something like this is exactly the kind of knife that I would make anyway. So I couldn't be happier with this. So if you like this kind of knife, you can check out my Etsy page, where I'm going to be having more of these Viking companion style knives up for sale. I appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching. And just a quick shout out to my buddy James. So not only did he provide the walnut for the handle of that knife, but he gave me not one but two of these massive springs out of his Jeep. So I'm trading that knife for these springs. So thanks, James, and hopefully you enjoy the knife, get a lot of use out of it. With everybody else, thanks for watching, and until next time, be more Viking.